I recently had this idea, and it's an idea that's great for learning and writing and performing and teaching, and you really only need three things. You need this tiny cheap remote, some Velcro, and an app. Now, this tiny cheap remote is the 8-bit do Micro, and it looks like a small gaming remote because it is. But it's also 16 completely programmable buttons. You set it up in the mobile app, what you want each key to be, then you connect it to your laptop via Bluetooth. So you can control pretty much anything. It's 25 bucks and in the description. Now, I also recently moved to Guitar Pro for making tabs and exercises for my courses. Now, Guitar Pro is also down in the description if you want to check it out. Now, it was really cool and way more intuitive than anything else I used, but I didn't know until I opened it that you could make bass and drum backing tracks for the interactive tabs, and that's where the idea comes in. What if we could take this tiny thing and program all these buttons to navigate the software, both for creating, for teaching, and for performing and live streaming, and then put it somewhere really, really nifty, like your guitar. So that's what I did. I set it up in the app, and then all of a sudden, I could start and stop and move notes, make adjustments, undo and delete, and trigger backing tracks and song sections and change songs, all on this little thing. And then I did something that might hurt some of the guitar purists out there. I put Velcro on my guitar. Not just one guitar, but actually all of my guitars, including the acoustic, the travel guitar. I even stuck one on my piano so I could have a remote off to the side there. In fact, I've got 3 more pieces of Velcro here. If you can think of anywhere else down in the comments that this might be useful to place. But here's the thing. For all the ideas I've come up with that I've tried and they're kind of cool and then I forget about them, this was actually the most useful and practical, and I think I'm going to keep doing it. When we're talking about creating tabs, we can select whole sections, move notes around, jump note to note, or measure by measure. And for learning, we can always stop and go back to the beginning and start a tab again, which is super useful and makes everything quicker. When we're talking about performing, like on a YouTube video or live streams or TikToks, we can trigger backing tracks and even hit a single button to go to the next tab we've got open, so you could build a whole set list of backing tracks and play through all of them without moving from your seat. Teaching is where I get really excited about it because that's what I do. So for videos or courses on my site, I can move really easily between exercises. If you're doing live lessons on Zoom, you could even trigger buttons for Zoom to switch between cameras like I do or audio sources. For recording even, you could set this up for different buttons in whatever DAW you're using and have like a little transport right on your guitar. You can switch between tracks, arm and disarm, mute, record, go back to the beginning. I mean, that is cool. The profile I set up for Guitar Pro, I made a little image of just so I can remember what I set each key to. I've got that down below in the description as well. Pretty much everything I'm talking about is down in the description. So why am I talking about this on a channel where we learn guitar? It's because I really think that no matter what phase or stage of music learning you're in, this is a super cool idea for controlling whatever is in front of you. And I've never seen a way to do it so small with so many buttons and so wireless. It kind of makes your guitar like a fake smart guitar, because now every guitar that I own controls the app that's in front of me. Ideas that make the recording and studio life easier are really interesting to me, especially when they're things that you have to just Velcro to something else that you own. So if you've got any thoughts or ways to make this better or just some innovation, I'd love to hear about it down in the comments and play around with it. I think the only thing that could make this even more versatile is if we had a MIDI guitar. Maybe we should try that soon.